Lindsey Reed is in labor.
Right at this very moment, we think.
Wow, maybe, possibly.
Yeah, and we might drop the name later in the episode, so stick around if you want to hear what her baby's name is.
Lindsey Reed is in labor.
It's amazing. Something else that is amazing is this animal that apparently falls out of trees once it gets below 45 degrees. What animal do you think this is, Dane?
Your mom.
No, it's iguanas. Iguanas fall from the trees.
I thought it was going to be koala bears, TBH.
That'd be kind of wild, too.
Because they fall, don't they?
I mean, if they let go.
Let it go. Let it snow.
And that's about it. That was our opening. This is episode 109 of the Until Next Week podcast.
Sometimes T-Pain speaks to me. We're so back.
What does T-Pain say to you, Dane?
Shawty! Ooh, ooh, ooh.
You wake up in the middle of the night and you're
Snap
just
your
like,
fingers.
Yep. You didn't even go to the concert.
You can do it all by yourself.
Baby girl.
Whoa, don't call me baby girl.
Hey, I mean, that's what Lindsey Reed may be happening.
No, she's having a boy.
Habitating.
What?
I don't even know anymore. Nothing makes sense.
We're on the road to 5-star reviews.
So many of them. Leave those 5-star reviews if you get a chance on Spotify or Apple, and we will love you forever unless you take it away from us.
Not true. My love is conditional.
That's what I just said.
Oh, wait. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
you didn't make a condition.
It is true. Some updates from the week. I went to the Tournament of Champions.
Dang it.
And
That's
Dane
not what I
was
thought
not.
TOC meant.
And Dane was not allowed in for obvious reasons.
I thought that meant turkey of cranberries.
Yeah, it is TOC. Yes, it's the Tournament of Champions.
Cranberries. Oh.
It is the most attended high school basketball tournament in the nation, and it's held right here in Springfield, Missouri, because we have money from Bass Pro and a nice arena, and we're just centrally located, and it's just very nice, you know?
No.
You don't know?
No,
Okay.
it's cold here.
It is, but there was a team from Orlando.
Why?
So I'm sure because they're a good team and they wanted to play in a giant tournament.
They wanted to come to Missouri for a tournament?
I mean, there's been a lot of good players. I mean, Jason Tatum played in it in 2016, and I still remember there was a guy sitting next to me, and he's like, "This guy, he's overrated." I'm like, "What? He's like the top 10 player in the country right now. What? How is he overrated?" It's like, he won't be the guy. And
Jason's from Chaminade.
Yeah, in St. Louis area.
And SLU.
So he turned out okay. Lonzo Ball also played there back in the day.
Dang it.
And he's doing well on Instagram at least.
I feel bad for Lonzo a little bit. Mm-hmm. Like, not for LeVar. LeVar sucks. But Lonzo, he had like 3 or 4 knee surgeries. And I'm like, man, that's tough.
But he is back now.
Yeah. He had like 3 knee surgeries in 5 years. It's crazy.
But Lonzo, I think LiAngelo might have been there as well, and he's a rap star.
He is a rap star, and LaMelo's a bum.
I don't know. LaMelo is averaging like 30 points a game, but we aren't in our sports segment. We're in TOC. I haven't even really talked about much else. But one of the nights they had a Cardinals caravan, which is basically the St. Louis Cardinals, to get fans excited for a season, which doesn't have a lot to be excited for. They go to like local cities around Missouri, and then players sign autographs and stuff. So I was able to get autographs of multiple players. They had Andre Palante.
I know him.
Matthew Liberatore.
I am him.
Benji Molina.
Oh.
Not Yachty, but Benji.
True.
Kyle McClellan, Matt Koperniak, who's like a minor league guy, and then Riley O'Brien, who might be in the bullpen at some point. But I was able to get autographs from all those guys. Pretty cool. Pretty nice. They also had
to figure it out.
They also had these bird hats. It was like Fred Bird, and it looked like a bird. I should have brought it today.
Yeah, I don't know if that would have fit over your headphones, or your headphones would have fit over it.
That's true.
That'll make no sense.
What doesn't make sense? The bird hat?
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably why they had so many of them. They're like, everybody get a bird hat.
Please take the bird hat.
They're like, we'll give it to anyone. Just take the hats. We don't have space for them.
Man, you know what that's unlike?
What is it unlike?
Our Until Next Week podcast merch.
That is, you need to tell us by the 27th, which is the release date of this episode if you want some.
Dude, that's crazy.
And then we'll start getting in the works.
Wow.
And that's all I got to say about that.
If you're listening to this on Monday, tell us right now, A, what you think Lindsey Reed's baby's name, and B, that you want merch.
But you have to respond right now because Dane's dropping the name. later in the episode.
That's so true. You got to do it right now. Pause the podcast and put it in there, and put the timestamp where this is in right now. That way I know you're not lying.
Yes. So true. So true. So true. But anyway, Link Academy, that's like one of the local teams, and Branson, who brings in guys from all over the nation. One of the guys on their team is Andre Iguodala's son.
Yeah.
I was a little disappointed because I did not actually see Andre Iguodala there. I was hoping to get a pic and the autograph, but his son doesn't play a lot. But his son did win the 3-point contest.
As he should.
Which was pretty cool. They also had a slam dunk contest. One of the Link Academy players had a crazy good dunk, got everybody on their feet, including Bubba Watson.
Dang it.
Who was one of the celebrity judges. But he did not get another dunk down in the championship round, so he got a 0. Otherwise, he would have won. He did a behind the back, like where he threw the ball behind the back and then he dunked it.
Okay.
That was his first dunk. And it was crazy. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know. Dunk contests has never impressed me. I'm just like, okay.
Well, it's some people just do it too like nonchalant. And I'm like, you gotta be all in. And this guy's dunk, if everybody dunked similar to what he did on his first dunk when he went behind the back before dunking it, it would have been crazy.
Yeah, jump over a forward focus.
Someone did jump over a little kid who was on like one of those hoverboards, and he was spinning in circles, and he dunked over him, but he hit the kid as he was going up and knocked the kid over. Luckily, the kid was okay, or he said he was okay, but I'm like, oh, this is such a bad idea.
Timmy's down.
You are a high school basketball player. Don't have this much confidence.
And you just destroyed this kid.
And it wouldn't be, and it was worse. No. I was going to say another person jumped over another kid who was not on a rotating hoverboard.
Yes.
But he had him facing him. Usually they face away where they're jumping over like their back.
Yeah, for sure.
This one, he's running right at the kid.
So you don't get like an elbow or a knee to the face.
Or other stuff to the face.
Whoa.
Yeah. I was like, what are you doing to these kids? This is wild. But that was pretty cool. I got to meet Bubba Watson right afterwards. Really chill guy. Let's just say chill guy.
I mean, you play golf for a living, so yeah.
He's also a rap star.
So am I.
But he's actually a rap star. I talked to him about his rap career because he was on a song with KB called I'ma Just Do It like 10 years ago. So I brought that CD, got him to autograph it, and I told him it's the greatest rap song of all time.
Dang it.
And he immediately took the CD and showed it to his kids' faces. He's like, see, he said it's the greatest rap song ever. I feel like they listen to the song a lot.
Jack Holmgren was homegrown was there, and he said you shoved 5 or 6 kids over to get that autograph.
He's in Florida, and he asked, how many kids did I have to knock over? I did not have to knock over that many. Yeah, that many at all. But yeah, chill guy. He talked to me briefly, asked him about his rap career. He signed a golf ball, the CD, etc. So that was cool. And then ultimately, Link Academy dominated the tournament. It wasn't even close. They won by a landslide, and now they're 2 for 2 in a tournament of champions.
Domination.
Yeah. So that's really my main update of the week, and you can just do whatever now, Dane.
People need to get after it. People need to get in the gym more.
I do.
If you're listening, go to your local YMCA and put up 500 shots today.
Dane, we're recording right now.
Yeah, today.
I can't leave right now.
Today's over for us.
Okay. Oh, but
tomorrow you better get in there.
As of Monday, that's when it starts.
No, it starts tomorrow for you. Whenever I want for me.
Okay, that's true. That's how
things work.
Nice. I see you're drinking soda again, though.
Listen, when I thought I was going to die, I was like, I'm not going to die sober. So I cracked a cold one.
Of Mountain Dew, right?
No, it was Diet Cokes. So remember at the leader meeting 2 Mondays
ago? You grabbed some extras?
I grabbed 2 Diet Cokes.
Let's go.
Drank both of them there. And then I was like, well, because that was the Monday before I went to my cancer appointment. And then I was like, well, here we are off the wagon again.
Do you actually like Diet Cokes like more than normal Cokes?
Yeah, normal Coke sucks.
Are you serious?
Diet Coke's way better.
Why do you like Diet Coke better?
Well, it's not
like you actually like the taste better?
Yeah, for sure.
That's wild.
So when I was growing up, there was 2 sodas like before my parents got divorced. The 2 sodas before the age of 10 that were in my home only, and it was Diet Coke and Diet Pepsi. So I grew up, that was the only sodas we could drink. And so because my mom drank them, and then one time my mom, who smokes, was putting her cigarette ashes in her empty Diet Pepsi can, And what do you think little Dane did?
You tasted it and you're like, this is amazing. Can I have another?
That's close. I did taste it.
And
I
vomited.
Threw it back and there was ashes all over my tongue and it burned so bad. And there was no like liquid in the car. So I just had to endure it to the way home.
I'm still trying to understand why you like diet sodas now. Because I feel like that literally scarred you.
No, because I grew up on it. It wasn't like the soda that did. I knew it was the cigarettes that did it.
Okay. I didn't know if you just make that correlation or whatever.
No, I'm old enough to know cigarettes bad, soda good.
Well, you're old enough now. Yeah. What about when young Dane was 8 years old?
When young Dane was 8 years old, he thought he was going to be shortstop for the Cardinals.
So you were half of that.
I was short.
Yep.
And I did stop playing baseball.
You stopped growing, so.
No, I didn't stop growing. I kept growing. I'm the most grown person there ever was. And that gets into my updates of the week. So Donald Trump was inaugurated this week.
I kind of forgot, honestly.
And my stocks are doing great. I'll just leave it there.
Yeah.
And then also, guys, we did it. I told you we would no longer do this podcast if TikTok got banned, but it got banned for 14 hours.
It was the longest 14 hours of your life.
It was. The older generation had World War II, and we had our own version of that, the TikTok ban.
For 14 hours.
For 14 hours. And that was one of the first TikToks I saw coming back on the TikTok was somebody compared World War II to the TikTok ban. And I was like, so true. I mean, there was hopelessness, despair, no sight or like no future in sight. We didn't know where this was going. There was an evil dictator saying that we couldn't have fun. And it's like, yeah, it was marginalizing a people group, aka the people on TikTok.
Oh, no.
So yeah, much similar to World War II, allegedly. Also, the views on this podcast do not accurately reflect the Dane Incorporated views. So the last thing that I have for updates of the week is another TikTok that I saw. There's a rumor going around that Obama is having an affair with Jennifer Aniston.
I've not seen this anywhere. What makes you even say this?
So it'd be one thing if one like random, nobody got any likes on this like video person.
But it was online, so it was true.
No, it was on like, I saw like 7 or 8 today about it. Separate ones that have hundreds of thousands of likes on it because Jennifer Aniston posted some video about her at something that Obama was at, and then everybody started commenting that they were having an affair. And so
because they're at the same thing?
Well, that, but then also Michelle Obama's been absent at the last 2 things, Trump's inauguration and Jimmy Carter's funeral.
But again, it has been really cold lately.
So?
And she's in Hawaii.
I don't care.
Hawaii beats everything.
Oh, I'm so cold. I can't go to a dead president's funeral.
Yeah.
All the former presidents and their wives were there. And so she should have been there, but she wasn't because she was mad that Obama's having an affair with Jennifer Aniston. And so
you're crazy.
No, this one account.
She wouldn't cheat on Brad like that.
Yeah, Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
They're not even married.
Springfield zone. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
We don't know. There could have been a secret marriage.
There could have been. There could have been a secret baby. Lindsey Reed's baby is not secret because it's on its way.
Right now.
The oven.
Lindsey, push. Push. You can do this.
The oven timer is beeping, Lindsey. Beep. Ooh.
Daniel, control yourself. It's okay.
It's time to get the croissants out of the oven.
Cut the cord.
Listen, here's the thing. Would you cut the umbilical cord of your baby?
Yeah.
There's no shot I'm cutting these.
Can I bring like a sword in?
No, absolutely not.
Something that's wild.
You gotta use the thingamabobber.
It's just scissors.
The clippies. I don't know. I've never been in there.
Snip, snip.
Listen, if my wife's having a baby, no shot am I cutting the umbilical cord. Here's exactly how it's going to go down. I'm pretty sure I've said this before, but
you'd fall asleep.
No, I'd be like, Doc would be like, Dad, do you want to cut the umbilical cord? And I'd say, is it cheaper? And then he would say, no. And I'd say, you got it. That's exactly how this is going to go down.
That's not my job.
That's exactly how this is going to go down. And here's the bigger question is how much cheaper is it going to be for me to see it as worth it? It's got to be more than $50 if I'm being honest.
That's true.
If it's $49 or less, you got it. I'll pay the extra $49 for you to clip it.
That's true.
So, ipso facto, I'm not cutting the baby's biblical cord.
The biblical cord.
The biblical cord.
The biblical cord.
I wonder if Daniel's doing that.
Don't cut the biblical cord because that is his greatest way to grow in his faith with Christ.
True. When I was on the phone with Lindsey Reed earlier, she said that Daniel was most concerned about the snacks that he was bringing to the hospital.
He's like, I don't know how long this will be. Like, should I get salty? Because that could be good to retain water. So that way I stay hydrated.
Yeah.
Or should I go something like, I don't know, a Monster. I don't know.
Like some Gushers.
Yeah.
That way it's
Gushers
like
would be
portable.
good.
It's
Yeah.
easy. You just pop them in your mouth. Maybe like the peanut butter pretzels would be good because that's salty and protein a little
That is
bit.
good.
And then you can get like a fruit roll up too.
Yeah, those are all great. But the thing is, a fruit roll up, if you throw it out, is basically an umbilical cord.
No, it's not.
You can practice on
Are
the
you
side.
saying you eat umbilical cords?
They're like, Daniel, what are you doing? Why are you cutting your fruit roll up? I'm practicing. Okay. This is the same thing.
Leave in the comments what snacks you would bring to your birth or your wife's birth, depending on what gender you are. And I think that's a great segue into our next
Sports talk. I don't have the button ready.
It's the blue one. Press it.
Is it the blue? Because it is the blue one. Yes, we are back with Sports Talk. We are horrible at playoff predictions. But on the bright side, the Bills might beat the Chiefs, and we might be correct on at least one of our selections. And soccer stinks.
Soccer's the worst. Also, you made the Sports Talk button blue because of the Cowboys, and you love the Cowboys.
Oh, I did. Or the Blues, because I do like one hockey team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about calling the Bulls the Bills. I was under pressure there, and I didn't know what to say. This is not scripted. We make it up as we go along. And that's kind of what the NFC North did this year. They made it up as they went along. They looked great all year. And then the Packers, the Vikings, and the Lions all lost their first game they played.
The Packers, the Vikings, and the Lions. They sure did.
It was so bad. And now the only undefeated team in the NFC North this year is the Bears.
What do you mean undefeated?
They've won 2 games.
They won 2 games in the NFC North?
Like this year in 2025.
That's ridiculous.
Because they beat the Packers on the last game of the year.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that was their last game. Maybe that's the only game they played this year.
Yeah, that had to have been it. There's
so
no way.
They're 1-0, and then all the other teams are like 0-2 or 0-1.
All I know is the Bears are really good now.
Are they, though?
Yeah. They got Ben Johnson. They stole Al Harris from the Cowboys, Al Harris is the guy who turned Deron Bland into Deron Bland and Trayvon Diggs into Trayvon Diggs. He was supposed to be an up-and-coming defensive coordinator for us, but then he's like, actually, Jerry, screw you. See ya.
Realistically, though, do you actually see the Bears getting better than 4th place next year? I think the Lions and Packers run away with it.
I think the Lions are going to take a step back.
I do, but I still think the Packers will win the division. I think the Lions will get second.
The Lions are gonna take a big step back because they lost both coordinators. Like, guys are getting hurt, guys are getting expensive, and it's like they're gonna have to bring in new coordinators too, and they're gonna have to learn a new offense, a whole new defense. Guys are gonna get healthier, which will be nice. I think what'd they go this year? They went 15-2. I think they're gonna go.
I think that sounds right. 15-2.
They're gonna go,
and then the Vikings were like 14-3.
Yeah, they're gonna go 11-6. The Lions are.
I think the Packers win the division. I think they have 12 to 13 wins, assuming they stay healthy.
It depends with the Vikings.
I think the Vikings drop off.
I need to see their offseason moves.
I don't think they're bringing back Darnold.
If they bring Darnold back, I think they're worse.
Then I don't think the rookie will be ready to just go off. What I do think might happen is Aaron Rodgers may follow the path of Brett Favre and go to the Vikings. and then all of a sudden, the Vikings are a formidable threat for at least a year.
And he's going to throw an interception in the 2009 NFC Championship game that's going to cost him a chance against New Orleans.
Brett Favre did good when he was with the Vikings.
True. He was good. Yes.
Wait, did he throw an interception?
Yeah, that's how the Vikings
lost. I was mixing
lost.
it up. It was 2007 he threw an interception to end the season for the Packers.
Yeah, he did do that.
Yeah. That was his last throw as a Packer.
He was a gunslinger.
He was.
Listen, and here's the thing. Please anyone but the Chiefs this year.
Like I'm so like torn because I am from Missouri. And I really don't like Tom Brady.
Well, yeah.
Like Tom Brady is just I don't hate him. I just don't like him as a football player.
Why are we talking about Tom Brady?
Because if the Chiefs won 3 in a row with the refs' help,
I see what you're saying.
Patrick Mahomes would be the only quarterback ever to have 3 Super Bowls in a row.
Right.
Which would arguably make him the greatest quarterback of all time already. mean, Brady never did three in a row. And then you'd have 4 already at the age of 28 years old? He would be ahead of Brady's pace.
He'll be 30 next year.
Brady won 3 or 4, and then he didn't win one for 10 years.
Yeah, he won 3 and 4 years to kind of start his career, not his rookie year.
Yeah.
And then
he waited until 2017.
Had a huge gap and then won a bunch
because
in the
Eli Manning.
Yeah,
Eli Manning kind of beat him up in there.
He only lost to NFC East teams.
Yeah, yeah.
Giants twice, Eagles once.
So that's where I'm kind of torn. But at the same time, if the Chiefs don't win, but the Bills win, I would be fine. I'm fine either way. I like Josh Allen. He's a good guy.
My 2 least favorite teams are in the playoffs still.
The 2 least favorite?
My 2 least favorite teams.
The Chiefs.
Yes.
The Commanders?
No.
No, you like the Commanders.
No.
The Bills.
It's literally the 4th team that you haven't named.
The Chiefs, the Bills, the
Who are the Commanders playing?
I'm trying to remember. Is not the who won? I don't remember.
Who beat the Rams?
Dang it.
They're an East Coast team.
Oh, yeah, the Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles.
See, they're so bad. They're just so forgettable. I don't remember the Eagles.
2 seed.
At the same time, though, I think they're going to get beat. I think it's going to be a Commanders and hopefully Bills Super Bowl.
I hope so, too. That would be my ideal scenario.
Yeah,
but
BC.
The NFL won't let that happen because the ratings would be so low.
And then going into the Super Bowl, they're like, we're changing our names.
Oh, yeah.
We're the Redskins again.
That would be quite the turn of events.
That would be crazy.
Man.
And then I don't even know what the NFL would do. Be like, oh, crap.
Dude.
No.
Jay Daniels is going to be the GOAT, though, because a rookie's never made the Super Bowl. Never made the Super Bowl, let alone won the Super Bowl.
Really?
A rookie quarterback. I looked it up.
That is kind of wild.
Yeah. I looked it up yesterday or the day before because we were talking about it at work.
Okay.
And I was like, this is crazy. And so I'm like, man, I'm rooting for the Commanders because I don't like the Commanders, but they're not as bad as the Eagles.
Yeah.
And then obviously the Bills, I need the Bills to win it all.
Yeah.
Because Josh Allen, this is Josh's time. This is the defining moment for him.
Need to cheer for the Bills, and the Bills need to win it because they arguably helped destroy Mark Andrews' career.
Yeah, well,
because
that's just tough for Mark.
I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
In that game against the Ravens, he fumbled the ball when they would have had a chance to go ahead or tie the game. And then when they were going for 2-point conversion to tie, literally at the very end, he dropped it. He dropped the ball
slightly behind him, but it hit him right in the hands. He should have had it.
I feel bad. I always feel bad for those guys when something like that happens. It's different if a guy deflects it and then it's like, well, that was good defense, but he literally just dropped it.
Yeah, he should have had it.
Yeah.
And
I still wanted the Bills to win, but not that way.
I wanted the Bills to win too. I truthfully wanted whichever team was going to beat the Chiefs to win.
Yeah, which I think the Bills have the better chance because they have beat the Chiefs this year.
I think the Ravens had a better team to beat the Chiefs, but the Bills have Superman.
They do. He's so good. He's so good. But that's all my sports updates. Do you have much else here?
Yeah, the last one I have is that we should just take our monies and place it on the Chiefs to win.
And move it over there. We take Bikini Bottom
and we push it somewhere else.
Yes.
You know, Patrick, that idea is so crazy. It might just work. But no, if we think about it this way, if we put money on the Chiefs, if the Chiefs win, then we win lots of monies.
But I know where you're going with this.
If the Chiefs lose, then we win because the Chiefs don't win. So no matter who wins, we win.
This is what they call an addict.
This is what we call a win-win.
But you do lose a lot of money in one scenario.
Oh, sure, but it's worth it.
I would hate watching that game.
Here's the question. How
the whole
much
time
money?
You're like, I don't want them to win, but I want them to win. And it really messes up your mind.
No, I'll give all my money for the Chiefs not to win. Not true. I'll give all the money in my left pocket right now.
Yep. You don't take the money out of your pocket. It doesn't count that way.
It's a gold brick.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's about it for sports.
Well, you would think that, but it just continues into my grinds my gears segment.
Which is this button right
The
here.
orange one.
I think it's... How am I forgetting these?
Because it labeled it right here.
I wasn't looking. And I got stuck in the gears, so I have to unwind out of them.
My hips hurt.
I'm sorry. I'm a little all over the place right now.
When I run and I don't roll out, it really affects me.
Yeah. What grinds your gears, Dane?
Yeah, so this kind of sports goes right into my next segment. Jerry Jones. I mean, this might as well be a multi-week series of Jerry Jones making me angry and grinding my gears.
Yep.
Because Jerry.
Stop it.
Look at me, Jerry. You're going to hire Brian Schottenheimer, the guy who was our OC last year who didn't call plays. We fired the guy who did call plays, and we're going to promote the guy underneath him who did not do a good job either, and also has been in the NFL for 25 years. And this.
Oh, wait. He's the head coach now?
It's rumored that they're closing in on it.
Okay.
And
interesting.
So they need to not do that, but they said it's close. But Brian has been in the NFL for 25 years and has never, ever had a head coaching interview, let alone been named head coach.
Well, it sounds like the perfect pick for Jerry Jones.
Well, and guess what? Nobody's even looking to interview him. Nobody wants him.
I don't think I've like some teams have been posting, hey, we interviewed this coach, we interviewed this coach, we interviewed this one, we interviewed the water boy, but we have not interviewed Brian Schottenheimer.
Yeah.
Because usually you don't hire the coach from the team who did really bad.
Right.
Even if they're assistant.
Here's the thing. What's his name? Deion Sanders said that he would take the job if Jerry offered it. But we won't do that, apparently.
He wants Deion Sanders to come back to play.
That probably need it. Kellen Moore, Eagles OC. He would be a better choice than Brian Schottenheimer. At least he's called some good plays sometimes.
Yeah.
When he was the Cowboys OC, he was really good in some games and really bad in other games. And really, like, I should just do a whole segment on how to fix the Cowboys, but
it would take too long. We don't have enough time.
Yeah, we don't have enough time.
Finish out your grinds my gears.
So basically, we lost Al Harris too, who would have been a better candidate. And
you all know Al Harris out there. We know you're big fans of Al.
He was our defensive backs coach, and he was supposed to be the next defensive coordinator, but no, we let him go to Chicago.
Yeah,
and then I'm like, Jerry, we're not hiring anybody good. We're not getting any talent in the building, and he's probably going to do something stupid in the draft again.
But with all that said, what do you think the record will be for the Cowboys next season? Let's make the prediction now.
So that's the other thing I wrote here is I'm going to predict the Cowboys record, and I always give it a range because, anything can happen.
I mean, 0 to 17 wins.
Here's the thing. Realistically, the number that's sticking out of my head is 4 wins.
Honestly, I thought you would say like 6 or 7.
No. I think 7 would be like, some things went right this year.
So you think they'll be worse next year?
I would be blown away if we win 10 games.
I mean, I wasn't saying 10. I was saying 7.
I'm saying 4 is like kind of the low end, I think, of what we would win.
Yeah.
Because we're going to have an easier schedule finishing 3rd in the division this year. I think the division is going to be harder next year, too. Because the Giants are going to get better.
I still think you'll win like 6 or 7. I think you'll be about the same this year, maybe slightly better. I don't think there's really a way you're worse.
I need to see, before I make my official pick of what they're going to finish, I need to see what they do in the offseason. Maybe Jerry does something smart, like draft a good running back. But
extends Dak.
Well, Dak,
again.
Here's the thing. If Dak plays, we'll win more games than we lose. However, if the team keeps getting worse and we keep letting guys go and we don't address needs, like we need a wide receiver 2. We need more offensive line help. We need a running back. We need linebackers. We need defensive tackles. We need safety help.
This is the year that the Packers trade with the Cowboys.
For Sedarius.
We get CD, and you can get some of our other guys.
No, we don't want your other guys.
I mean, you guys stink. You need some help.
I don't know. Like
CD's not enough, but we want CD.
If it's up to me,
we'll give you Christian Watson.
No, I don't want
one of
that
our other
bum.
guys.
I don't want that bum.
Take the deal. Take the deal. Take the deal. Take the deal.
We could totally get more for that from other teams.
Okay. Well,
either way, I think we'll win 4 to 7 games next year. But this is me before our offseason moves. So stay tuned. But as of right now, I think we'll win 4 to 7 games.
Sorry about all the sports talk. We know this grinds your gears. Just want to point that out.
True.
But what grinds my gears is that it has been extremely cold as of late, but there's been no snow.
I like the cold.
And what's the point? If it's going to be cold, there must be snow. If it's cold and no snow, my skin is dry. I don't understand. It's worthless. Figure it out. Stop the cold unless it snows.
I halfway agree with you.
Yeah.
The half I agree with you is it should snow. I like snow. Snow is fun.
Yes.
However, I like cold regardless. I don't like being hot.
Do you like the 0 degree weather we've had with no snow?
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm frozen with it.
I love wearing layers and putting on jackets.
Layers and layers and layers. And then you can look at the temp and be like, look at this, guys. It's 1 degree. Isn't it cold? And they're like, yeah.
My ideal temperature in the winter is probably 28 degrees.
28 isn't that bad, but it's been like 0.
Yeah, that's a little cold.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why it grinds my gears.
Was it Monday or Tuesday? I got in the car and it was -1.
Yeah, that's my whole point. It's been too cold.
That's a little cold.
Yeah.
See, here's the tears. Here's the tears. It goes.
Well, my tears froze in my face.
Yeah, the tears froze in your face, but I started my car and it was warm when I got in. But so here's the tears. Anything above 80 degrees is way too hot.
80 is not hot.
80 is crazy hot.
80 is nice.
80 is way too hot. No. And 75 to 80, it's a little warm. Mm-hmm. It's a little warm, but I enjoy it a little bit.
Yeah.
70 to 75, that's our sweet spot. We love that right there.
You can include another degree in there. Sorry, just keep going.
Take it.
You can keep going.
65 to 70, I really like this. This is enjoyable too. 60 to 65, I like it. And now we'll just be more general here. 40 to 60, okay. Like, we're having fun. We just need a light jacket. That's all we need. And then 32 to 40 is like, okay, what's the point here? Either be warmer or be colder. And then 32 to 20, so 20 to 32. 30 to 22 is prime winter weather.
Why are you going 30 to 22 now? Each time you're going low to high, low to high, low to high. Now we're going 30 to 22. We're mixing up the whole system.
20 to 32 is, you know what? This is prime winter weather, winter degrees.
Yeah.
With some snow in there because it can snow. If it's going to rain, it's going to snow at that point.
It should
snow at that point. Anything below 20s, that's a bit cold.
Yeah.
10 to 20 that's pretty cold.
Yeah.
Anything below 10, it's like, oh boy, batten the hatches. It's over. This is where life ends.
All over again.
This is where life ends.
Yes.
So that is the way degrees work, and you can't tell me it doesn't because this is America.
And I just want to point out, if I asked Dane to give that breakdown once again, he would not be able to give it the same way.
I got it right here.
Yeah. He's pointing at his head.
Dane's Funhouse of Smoke and Mirrors are in my head.
I think that's a great way to go to our main segment, music. Okay, there we go. There's our music. It was really good. Didn't you hear?
Do we have music for that?
No, we don't. We honestly don't. I just wanted to say something.
We should get music for the main segment.
But we change it up like each week.
But it should just be something neutral and fun. Like the Jonas Brothers.
We play a whole 3-minute song.
Yes, I've been to the year 3000.
Hey, we might get copyright if you sing it that well. Like, don't sing it that well here.
Take it.
This could be a new reoccurring segment. We don't know, but this is Dane and Samuel's Executive Orders. And now patriotic music plays in your head. Don't you hear it? We'll play the national anthem. Dane will sing the national anthem each week. That's how we're going to do this. But basically, we realize, hey, if you are like the president, you can just say whatever, and it becomes true, sort of. And we're like, hey, we want to have...
What if we were to rename things?
Yeah, what if we had these executive powers? And this week, we're going to use those executive powers to decide what else should be renamed. And we're going to go back and forth and say what we think should be renamed if we had executive power to make these orders.
We're doing 5?
Yeah, 5 apiece.
Perfect.
Okay. I'm going to start off here. I think the Badlands National Park should now be called the Goodlands National Park. There's no need for a bad place. Like, why would anyone want to go to the Badlands?
Hell?
When you could go to the Goodlands. I think it's a good marketing ploy to get more people there, which is good for everyone except for nature.
Except for nature.
Yeah, so that's my first one. The Badlands becomes the Goodlands.
That is kind of whack that they call it the Badlands.
I know. I didn't do enough research to understand why, but it still should be renamed. So what about you, Dane?
My first executive order is no more property tax.
We were doing renaming.
I know, but this is how strongly I feel about property tax.
See, that's the point of the executive orders. Like, it's just like you just do whatever. Like, you're like, wait. What are you doing?
I'm tired of buying a car for $20 million and now I owe you $3,000 more because you just said you can't own that. That's not fair. And then I want to buy a house. You owe me property tax for that. You buy land. You owe me property tax for that. You buy a boat. You owe me property tax for that.
Real talk though. If you bought a $20 million car, it only costs $3,000 extra. That's a good deal because it should have been like $2 million.
True.
Give or take.
This is what I'm talking about because I saved up money Here's the thing: income tax is
He did
stupid
not
too.
follow this whatsoever.
You got me off on taxes again, Samuel.
No. I did not say anything about Texas. I'm like, or maybe Texas. Maybe that's what you thought when we were talking about renaming.
No, you said rename things, and the first thing I thought of is how much I hate taxes.
Okay.
So yeah, no more property tax. That's my first pick.
This is going to be bad. Okay. My next one, I'm going to rename Olympic National Park to Michael Phelps National Park. What better way to honor the greatest Olympian, because he performed in the Olympics, than
a national park?
Well, it's the Olympic National Park. I think who better represents the Olympics than Michael Phelps? So it'll be Michael Phelps National Park. I think that's a great way to honor the most decorated Olympian of all time, and honestly, the greatest athlete of all time. So
you know what is more likely than that? Is that they'll name it like the FedEx National Park.
hey, don't steal any of my picks. Don't steal any of my picks. You go to your next pick. We'll get there. We'll get there.
My next pick is no more French things.
Gosh.
They're now
word.
Freedom Fries, American Braid,
okay, that's good.
United States Bulldog, and American Kissing. So no more French fries, no more French braid, no more French bulldog, no more French kissing. It's Freedom Fries, American Braids, United States Bulldog, and American Kissing.
I mean, at least you followed the prompt that time.
That one I followed the prompt.
That is a plus. Wow. Okay. My next pick will be the Glacier Bay National Park and Preserve. Will now be named the Glacier Freeze National Park, sponsored by Gatorade.
See, that's what I'm saying. If we start renaming stuff, all these brands are just going to try and
That's
get
what I'm
him.
saying, though. Glacier Bay National Park Preserve. That's way too much. Cut it down and just be Glacier Freeze National Park, sponsored by Gatorade. Is it in you?
Mount Rushmore is going to be like the Ameritrade National.
Hey, you can take it as one of your picks.
No.
But I think I like the Glacier Freeze better. So that's my next one. It's your turn.
My third one is sushi is now called American Fish Circles.
It's not even really a circle.
Yeah, it is.
It's like a long tube.
Yeah.
And then they cut it up.
That you cut into circles.
It depends how you look at it.
I look at it as a circle.
So what are you naming it? American Circles?
American Fish Circles.
Okay.
It's no longer sushi because this is America. This is American Fish Circles.
Wild.
I'd rather call it that than sushi.
Okay.
Sashi?
My next renaming will be the Everglades National Park. Will now be named Steve Irwin National Park.
Wow.
He loved them gators. And they have a lot of gators in the Everglades.
Don't they have snakes there too?
They have lots of everything.
I call it Snake Land.
But I just know that Steve Irwin, he would have wanted that. Even though he's from Australia.
True.
We still claim him as one of our own.
Well, Australia is just down under America.
Yeah. It will soon be America with how everything else is going.
The way it should be.
Yeah. So, Steve Irwin National Park is going to be a good one. So,
it should be.
Yep.
You ought to be.
What about you? What's your next pick?
My last pick.
You have two more picks.
My two more picks. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. I can't count.
Yep.
Is taxes go up 100% on cigarettes, alcohol, and weed.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm tired of paying taxes for my own property.
Cigarette? Wait.
Listen, if you're going to smoke and try and kill me, you need to pay out the wazoo to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Alcohol now is linked to some cancer stuff, according to the old Surgeon General. And weed is annoying. I'm tired of smelling weed everywhere.
Well, just use some like Roundup.
No. What? No.
That kills the weeds.
I don't want to kill the weed smokers, Samuel. That's
not
murder.
The weed smokers.
Quit
just the
murdering
weed.
them. They want to frame us for murder.
Well, I guess they wouldn't be paying the taxes then.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't be good for us.
You think they pay taxes? No. Cigarettes, alcohol, and weed need to be paying all of the taxes.
All of them.
All of it.
All of them.
Give it to the children.
Not even just a little bit. All of them.
All of the taxes.
All of them.
Mountain Dew should be free while we're at it. You're going to like my last one.
Okay. My next one is kind of a trio. So instead of North Dakota, South Dakota.
Yes.
North Carolina, South Carolina.
Yeah.
West Virginia and Virginia.
Of course.
It's just to be combined. It's going to be Dakota, Carolina,
yep,
and Virginia.
Yeah.
And now there could be an issue here because then you'll think, well, now we have to make new flags because there's only 47 states.
Sure.
What this allows
Puerto
is
Rico.
that we can now, Puerto Rico
Yep.
can now be a state. Greenland can be a state. And then also Ontario and Canada. We're taking them too because that way the Blue Jays no longer have to be outside the U.S.
So you only want Major part of Canada?
Well, because, I mean, it stinks. A lot of players don't want to go to the Blue Jays because they're in Canada. Well, I'm one at a time.
Okay.
Right. And we'll have to combine more because I still want it to be only 50 states because I'm weird like that. And it just looks nice. It's very clean. You don't want 51.
Combine some other states.
But those were the 3.
Combine Arizona and New Mexico.
Arizona and New Mexico. Why?
Just call it North Mexico.
I guess we could just start combining a lot of the states out west because no one really knows them anyway. Like Washington and Oregon could just be, whoa.
Dang it. No, combine Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia and just call it Georgia.
MAG.
Or MAGA.
Well, because Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia is in line.
Could be MAG.
Yeah.
And then annex some of Georgia and call it North Florida. Yeah.
And then Arkansas and Kansas can just be Arkansas.
You know what's really funny? My last pick has to do with states too.
Wow.
I really wrote it down.
I mean, it makes sense. What are you going with your last states?
Well, you have to bear with me here.
Okay. Bear up.
Kansas, Illinois, Nebraska, Oklahoma, West Virginia, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Delaware, New Jersey, Vermont, Connecticut, Mississippi, and Ohio are all just American territories now. Greenland is now New Texas.
What made you choose so many?
I went through an entire map and thought of the most irrelevant states or the states I hate the most and wrote them down.
You're crazy.
For those keeping score at home, it's Kansas, Illinois, Nebraska, Oklahoma, West Virginia, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Delaware, New Jersey, Vermont, Connecticut, Mississippi, and Ohio.
That's 13 states.
They're all done. They're just territories now. Or they're being morphed into something else like we were just talking about. And Greenland is also New Texas now. Can't forget about that part. That's New Texas.
You're wild. The only other one that I had originally on my list that I took off was Lake Michigan is now Lake Wisconsin because I have family in Wisconsin, and I think it's the only way to honor them in the right way is to claim what's part of theirs.
That's true. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I would like that.
Why not? So that is it.
Wow.
Let us know what you thought of our executive orders and
which
if we
ones
should
are the
make
best.
this a new thing. This could go downhill very quickly, but it's content, and that's all we do around here.
It is content, and that's what we want, is for people to be watching.
And what else do we want?
We also want, hold on, one moment. Mm-hmm. We also want for you people to be driving your cars. Oh, wait, there's a brake sign in the middle of the road. It says, stop waiting for Dane's manifesto. If you're walking, what's that? It's a person who came out with another stop sign. They said, you need to listen to this week's episode of the Until Next Week podcast so that way you can get your daily dose of Dane's manifesto. Wow. And now it's time.
Just really quick. I usually don't jump into these that quickly, but we did have a Spotify response, and it's relevant here.
Of course.
And it was from Nat.
Okay.
Question of the Dane. What should I do if I'm running through the icy, vast Alaskan landscape when his manifesto comes on? There are no specific rules for running, so I was a bit confused this time. Also, props on the name guessing. You're getting warmer.
Wow.
Yeah. So we think it's Nathan or Natalin or
Nathaniel.
Yeah, one of those. Well, Natty Light. That's it. That's it.
Well, Nat, I'm glad you wrote in, and I'm glad that you had this question, because if you're running through the icy lands of the Alaskan rainforest, then you obviously need to, when you're running, you need to do a dolphin dive into a sitting motion and sit at the feet of a bear. Or at the foot of a bear, if you will.
Yes. So we hope that helped.
Yeah. So dolphin dive into sitting at the foot of a bear, much like the movie Brother Bear. So
what do you have for part 48?
Part 48, this is a special part 48 because baby Adolf is almost here.
Oh, my word. Push, Lindsey, push.
And Lindsey told us that we're allowed to reveal...
Cut the umbilical cord.
No, ew. We already discussed that.
Oh, sorry. I forgot.
Lindsey told us that we were allowed to reveal the name of baby Adolf.
Is baby Adolf.
Well, Samuel, there's something I need to tell you.
What?
It's not baby Adolf. That's not the name.
Gasp.
Okay, Lindsey Reed and Daniel Reed did not want to name their baby Adolf, I guess, which is dumb. I've been petitioning for 9 months that they... Frick!
What happened?
The Cowboys are hiring Brian Schottenheimer.
You're going to say, the baby already came and they changed the name.
No, this is worse.
Okay, hey. We already know it grinds your gears. We're good. Focus.
I'm so focused.
Here you go.
So the name of the baby, drum roll, please. That's not a drum roll. Just put a drum roll in here.
Clap. Drum.
Is Shepherd Reed. Shepherd Joseph Reed. Wow.
Wait, Shepherd Joseph?
I don't know. What'd you say earlier?
About the name?
Yeah.
Did you forget what the name was?
No, she never told me the middle name.
Oh, so I know the middle name and you don't.
No, you told me earlier.
I feel special here. I knew the full name before Dane. The actual name, being announced by Samuel, yes, that is me, is Shepherd Thomas Reed.
That's what I said. Shepherd Thomas Reed.
Shepherd Joseph.
I have no idea
and
where
I was like,
Joseph.
that didn't sound right.
Shepherd Thomas
I
Reed.
knew the full name before you did.
Wow. I don't know where they got Thomas from.
I don't know if my audio cut out right there because I clicked it, but I said I knew the name before you did.
No.
I slapped my hand down on here and clicked the button, so that was a little bad.
Shepherd Thomas Reed is a child, and I think his first job will be at McDonald's.
What a great spot.
I already asked Lindsey Reed. I said, Lindsey, I know that you have a dream, and I know that you think that when the baby is old enough, by that I mean out of diapers,
yes,
that he will come down and spend his spring break every year with Uncle Dane.
To be on the podcast.
Yeah, I told her, I was like, you need to let him come down here and visit Uncle Dane for a week every spring break.
Yep.
And she said, absolutely not. You're not allowed to be around my child.
Ever.
Which is ridiculous.
Which is why she did not release the middle name to you.
I would teach him so many great life skills. I would teach him things such as...
She doesn't want him to be a Cowboys fan.
No. I mean, I would teach him that too. But I would also teach him how to dodge... what is
Duck, dip, dive, and dodge. You'll teach him about dodgeball.
I will teach him about dodgeball.
Yes.
I will teach him how to dodge allegations of being a player. No, of being a player.
But Uncle Dane, why?
My boss called me a player this week.
I mean, it checks out.
He said that because there's this girl.
But hey, are you staying focused?
Yeah, I am staying focused.
You are staying focused,
There's
actually.
this girl that's somewhat flirty with me at work. And he's trying to sabotage it. And so he called me a player in front of her.
Wow.
I know.
What? Why?
I don't know.
That is crazy.
All I know is that was part 48 of Dane's manifesto.
Man, we really hope you're listening, Shepherd Thomas Reed.
Wow. Years in the future, he's listening to this.
Something else he'll be listening to is some jokes with Jack. And we're just going to go straight into it right now.
What did the fungus say to his fungus wife when she took up most of the bed?
Mushroom?
There's not much room over here.
Oh.
Boo.
I'd figure it'd be something mushroom related, but the mushroom is better than I expected.
Jack called me a communist on the internet this week, and I would just like to point out that
you have been saying Adolf a lot lately.
Well, Jack loves to have the redistribution of wealth,
and
that's a communist thing.
And
it's my money, and I need it now.
That's where I was waiting, and that's what I wanted you to get to. So, thank you again for sending in a joke, Jack. You are something. We also have another Youth of America segment from the lady herself.
Wow.
Lindsey Reed. So here we go.
Hello, until next week podcast.
Shepherd's
This is
mom.
Lindsey Reed. I'm just doing my Youth of America update. This past week, of course, there were many drugs, many fights, many bad things. However, the comments of me being pregnant continue, which I love. On one of the days last week, a student asked me, in front of the whole class, I should add, so what race is your baby going to be? And I said, well, I'm white. My husband's white. So white. And one kid says, well, what if it ends up being black? And another kid looks at me and said, did you cheat? Just tell me. You cheated? Did you cheat? Just be honest. And it was really out of concern. Then the questions progressed to, while you've been pregnant, do you drink and smoke? And I was like, what? Why would I do that? And they were like, well, do you? Do you drink and smoke while pregnant? And that is the youth of America.
Oh my gosh.
First off, Lindsey, you sound sad.
I'm going to say it again. You're getting a lot better with these stories. Like the delivery is great.
You just need to have more enthusiasm in your voice, Lindsey.
I mean, it sounds like she might have been, it was 9:44 a.m. So maybe.
Yeah, what the heck?
If she was working, maybe she was just like, she was probably in class between periods.
It probably had just happened.
And she was like, I got it. That's probably it.
Yeah. But now she's off. So she won't have Youth of America stories for a while. Yeah. Because she's going to be on.
She can still tell us stuff. I'm sure she'll hear things.
She's going to be on fraternity leave.
Fraternity. She joined a frat.
Yes.
Fraternity leave. She might have Youth of America from the Shepherd.
Shepherd.
Yes.
Wow. I told her.
Great content's coming up. That's all I got to say.
I already told her how I'm going to bully him whenever he gets older.
Maybe that's why she doesn't want him to come down to visit you.
First thing, I'm going to call him Baby Adolf, of course. But then also, I'm going to be like, come here, sheep. I'm not going. I told her, I was like, listen, whenever she told me originally, she was like, one of the names we're considering is Shepherd. I was like, Lindsey, he's going to get bullied in middle school. People are going to bat at him and call him sheep. Come here, sheep boy. And then they named him Shepherd.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Wow. Well, I just want to point out, she also sent a message after sending Youth of America. And I just thought it was kind of humorous because she said, by the next release of the pod, Baby Adolf will be here. But I don't. Oh, wow. Thank you for clapping. Thank you for clapping. And stop. But she put, but I don't know when you're recording. Well, we're recording right now, Lindsey.
We are.
She put, if I've had him and I've posted him, you can share the name with the pod. His name is Shepherd Thomas Reed. But until then, don't tell anyone, please. For the sake of my editing, Lindsey, you better have had this child by the date of release, because otherwise everyone in the U.S. will know because they listen to the pod.
So it's Friday night, and she was going into labor at 7-ish. And so unless she is in labor for, let's see here, Saturday night at 7, it's 24 hours. And then the next Sunday night at 7 p.m. is going to be 48 hours. And then was it another 12 hours from there would be, what's 48 plus 12? That's 60 hours. So unless she's in labor for 60 hours, she will have this baby by the time this podcast is released.
We're like a news site here. We could break the news so early and just drop like, hey, everybody, if you want to know that the name is Shepherd Thomas Reed, listen to episode 109 on Monday.
Listen to the baby.
Yes, listen to the baby. Beep boop.
We should blow up her post of the baby with just until next week.
Yes, all over. Like, listen this week. Listen this week, baby.
We had it first. We had breaking news first.
Samuel 14434. Come on. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do.
Hijack somebody's baby post.
We already talked about Jack. Why are you saying hi to Jack?
No, because he's hijacking. He's a terrorist now.
Okay. Well, we do have some responses this week besides the one that Nat sent earlier. The other responses from episode 108, which was I Forgot John 3:16, featuring Lauren.
So true.
Nathan Reisner put Bible question for Dane.
No.
In my quiet time, I'm on the story of Joseph, who is often praised for not getting together with Potiphar's wife.
So true.
Do you think she was actually a hard pass, or was an old bearded lady going after a young jock, and we've given Joseph too much credit?
Well, there's man,
that's a good question.
I love getting questions like this because there's no answer. However, with all the adultery that happens in the Old Testament, I'm going to have to guess that's the latter one where probably
the whole
hard pass. Yeah.
He's like, no. I'm leaving you. I'm going.
Most people in the Old Testament, let's see here. What's his face? David,
Goliath,
David, adultery, Samson, adultery, Solomon, adultery. So the wisest man in the Bible, the most godly man in the Bible, and the strongest man in the Bible.
Walk into a bar.
All adultery.
Yep.
All adulterous.
Okay. So there you go, Nathan. Next one from Keenan A. Smith. You know this is going to be a good one.
That's my old coworker.
He put, now that the Commanders have made the NFC Championship, the Cowboys now have the longest drought of not making a conference championship since 1996.
Sure do.
Before Dane was born.
Oh, yeah. That's true. And it's been a long 28 years. Yes. I'm 27.
Yep.
And let's say it gets more depressing as I get older, I think. Yep. And because I think about it, and if the Cowboys were to ever win the Super Bowl, like I would actually cry. Mm-hmm. I would have to go outside for a while. People would be like, Dane, you're taking it too seriously. And I'd be like, you can't take this moment from me.
Yeah. Than anything in my life. Dane, you have 3 kids. I know.
Yeah, I know.
This is more important.
That's the thing is, like, I remember Tony Romo fumbling the snap in 06 against Seattle. Yeah. I remember Dak Prescott and all his drives. I remember Tony Romo carrying those teams. Yep. I remember Jerry not caring about winning. Yeah. It's just been tragic. And Zeke deserved better. DeMarco Murray deserved better. Dez deserved better. Dez caught it.
And Jack Holmgren also caught it. He put, I didn't know that Lauren was so unhinged and controversial. No wonder Samuel likes her. Whoa. They match each other's energy. I can't wait for when Dane finds that girl or boy that matches his energy.
Dang it. No.
Angela Birdwell.
It'll be a girl.
Angela Birdwell put, parking tickets are the worst. I got one a few years back that was over $100. Also, I just want to say thank you to Dane for being a constant source of inspiration during his cancer journey. All last year, I kept telling myself that Dane was improving, and so I could get through cancer too. 3 surgeries later, and I am doing great. So glad to hear the tumors are shrinking. That's a really big deal.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
She reached out to me whenever she was going through her kind of cancer journey. And it was just cool because it's like, I mean, cancer comes in all shapes and sizes and like severities. And, but you know, you don't hear that whenever you get the diagnosis. All you hear is like cancer, and then everything goes numb, and then it's crazy. Yeah. And then you have to tell everybody, and people always want updates, and you don't really have updates. And sometimes that's all people want to talk about is how's cancer going? How's cancer going? And so I don't know. It just feels like, I was talking about this with somebody the other day. It feels like a big setback in life. Yeah. And so it's like whenever you get to see other people going through it, and you don't have to say, man, I can only imagine what you're going through. And you can say, man, I know what you're going through. And like, that sucks, but like, it's going to be okay. Like, yeah. So that's really cool and encouraging. So
let's go. Lauren put, no offense, in parentheses, lots of offense, but to anyone voting that Dane knows Samuel better needs to meet me in the parking lot to tussle. I know all the Samuel lore.
Here's the thing.
And that's just really quick going to the poll question last week, which was who knows Samuel better? And currently it's a 50-50 split.
Whoa,
Dane and Lauren. Apparently half of you think that Dane knows me better and half thinks Lauren knows me better. So
that's crazy, Lauren. Find me outside with the hands. Yeah. Plus, I've seen her arms and her fists. They're not very big.
Oh, gosh. And then the last response was from Caleb, which I'm assuming this is Caleb, my cousin again.
Could be.
Probably, because he's listened and posted before. So I'm assuming there's only one Caleb who listens to the pod, and that's him. And he put tooth hurty. Might be my favorite joke on here so far. Because
unreal.
Yeah, that was a good job, Jack. Jack, Caleb likes your joke. That one at least. Or he said it is his favorite. So he might still not like it, but it's just better than all the others.
My tooth be hurty.
Mm-hmm. One other response that I had was from episode 106, which was Let's Be Toxic. And Elizabeth Virgil, big fan of the pod, she put, Colorado is a great state to live in. Just saying. Excited for merch. Well, Dane's not moving to Colorado. He's staying here forever, okay?
She reached out to me about it.
Oh, no. No, Elizabeth. If you want the podcast, you got to say Colorado is horrible for redheads.
Yeah, she said that. She goes, I'd be really sad that the podcast wouldn't continue, but I would be really excited to like show you around and stuff. Because the thing is, she's from the exact town that like this one like plant is at.
So she's secretly like, the podcast is done, but I get Dane.
Basically.
Dang.
But also, I don't know anything about life. And
it's going to be a while.
I got my review this week, though. My 6-month review.
You still got like 7. Oh, good.
Apparently, I'm a critical member to the team.
Let's go. Big news. So big a news that it decides to use a bullhorn. Sorry, I couldn't speak there and click at the same time.
Bullhorn's the green one.
I was a little confused. I think that's about it for all of our voice memos, Spotify responses, etc. But something that we are on to now is another segment of the pod that is called our sponsors of the week, which I don't actually have anything for. I was about to click the voice memos button, which we didn't click before. But because we didn't click it before, let's click it now. Yes, we are done with that part of the episode. And Jesus Christ of Nazareth is our number one sponsor of the week. Wow, he's back.
The Bible is God's voice memo to his people.
That's so true, so true, so true.
But also not true. It's way better than that.
Yeah.
So we finished up Fighting for Joy last week.
Yep.
And then I was thinking about doing a series called, or like going over how the Lord's Prayer and kind of what it means, and like it being our template or example for how to pray. And because I think Jesus even says like, this is how you should pray.
He does.
But I was like unprepared for that. And so I started thinking about some stuff, and then I started reading through Matthew 19. I read Matthew 19 last night, and I was like, man, this stuff is lit. Like everything in here is crazy because it teaches on divorce, which was crazy because it ends with, what is it here? The disciples saying, if such is the case of a man with his wife, it is better not to marry, because Jesus basically gave new rules for like how you could divorce your wife.
Yeah.
And back in the day, like, before Jesus on the scene doing this, people were practicing things such as like, oh man, she like burnt our food tonight, I'm done with her, and then they would just divorce her. And life for a divorced woman, like back then, like they would marry a lot of times for protection, like because women were viewed as like a man's greatest property back then, which is wrong, of course. However, so this is like, now the woman is divorced and now she's out on the streets and maybe she has kids and stuff like that. And it's just really hard to be living a life that way. And then started to get into what happened after that. After that was divorce. And then it starts talking about what I'm going to be talking about to you guys this week, which is the rich young man. And it's a parable that Jesus has in here, which a parable is just like a story or that Jesus uses as an example to reiterate a point or to prove a point or to demonstrate a point to mostly his disciples, a lot of times the Pharisees or the crowds watching. And so here we go. Here it says in verse 16 of Matthew 19, it says, and behold, a man came up to him saying, Teacher, what good deed must I do to have eternal life? And he said to him, why do you ask me about what is good? There is only one who is good. If you would enter life, keep the commandments. He said to him, which ones? And Jesus said, you shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness. You shall honor your father and your mother, and you shall love your neighbor as yourself. The young man said to him, all these I have kept. What do I still lack? And Jesus said to him, if you would be perfect, go sell what possessions or sell what you possess and give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven, and come follow me. And the young man heard this, and he went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions. And so I butchered like that because I'm illiterate personally. However, what this is saying here, and we kind of go somewhat line by line here, and I wrote down a lot of notes. So in the first part, Jesus points out that there was only one good person ever, and it's him, and the rich young man misses this. So there's one good person ever. Like Jesus starts to talk about how there's only one person good on this side of heaven, and it's Jesus Christ himself. Everybody else has missed the mark. Like any sin like is enough sin for us to be like thrown into hell forever and ever and ever. However, Jesus was our substitute as payment for those sins. Like that's the gospel right there. And so this young man, thinking that he's like a good person here, he's missing it already. And Jesus is trying to show him that he's missing it here because he's not good, because he's not Jesus. Mm-hmm. And so then you go on into the second part here, which he says, why do you ask me who is good? And he says to him, and Jesus goes, if you would enter life, keep the commandments. And he says, which ones? And Jesus said, you shall not murder, shall not commit adultery, shall not steal, you shall not bear false witness, honor your father and mother, and you shall love your neighbor as yourself. And the young man says to him, all these I have kept, what do I still lack? So Jesus shows the young man that he can never follow the law perfectly, and yet the young man misses it, because Jesus in previous chapters here goes on to say that it's more than adultery. It's talking about if you lust in your heart, you have committed adultery with a person in your heart. If you hate somebody, then you have murdered them. You bear false witness, which means if you've lied to anybody, you're missing it. And this rich young man saying, I followed all those perfectly, which is impossible. Like, it doesn't happen. Nobody in the history of ever has followed the law perfectly, the 10 Commandments perfectly, except for Jesus himself. And yet the rich young man is saying, I followed them perfectly. And so he misses it yet again. And then the last part in here, Jesus said to him in verse 21, if you would be perfect, go sell what you possess and give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven, and come and follow me. And verse 22, this is the big part. When the young man heard this, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions. And so the third point here is Jesus tells him to sell all that he had and follow him, which is very similar to what Jesus told the disciples. He says, sell everything you have and come and follow me, which is what he told them. And so he's kind of giving the rich young man a shot at being like the 13th disciple here. Like, I don't know that for sure, but it seems like it right here. Like, he's saying, hey, leave everything you have and come and follow me. Come study under Jesus. Even though the rich young man missed it on the first two things, Jesus is saying, hey, come follow me, study under me. I will be your rabbi. And it's like, that's so cool. And so what does this whole parable even tell us? It tells us about something that I think here in Mark 4:19, which says, let me find it here. It says, but that he cares of the world and the deceitfulness. I'll just read the whole thing.
Yep.
They are those who hear the word, but the cares of the world and the deceitfulness of riches and the desires for other things enter in and choke out the word, and it proves unfruitful. I'll read it again.
Yep.
They are those who hear the word, but the cares of the world and the deceitfulness of riches and the desires for other things enter in and choke the word, and it proves unfruitful. So this is saying right here that the deceitfulness of riches, and riches oftentimes will make us think that we don't need God, or like we'll be saying, don't worry, God, we got this. In fact, this is what we see here when we see that the rich young man says that he has everything under wraps, he has everything on lock, but Jesus is kind of pointing out that he has a lack of dependence on God. And then when Jesus follows him to invite him to be essentially a disciple, the rich young man says, no, I'm good. And so he's missing it. Like, he's literally talking to the Son of Man, and like he's saying he's kept the law. He's saying that he's a good person. And then he says, you know what? Like, I don't want to follow you, Jesus, because I got all this stuff. And following you means that my life would look differently. And how often is that like our lives? How often are we marked by that? When we start to see, like, why don't we always desire that these like famous people would follow Jesus? Well, it's like, why do people not follow Jesus? And I think 90% of the time people our age in our 20s and like teens and like even 30s don't follow Jesus is because they don't want to follow Jesus. They know that it means they have to start living their life in a different way. So they want like a little bit of Jesus. They're like, yeah, I believe in God, but they don't want all of Jesus because I don't want my life to look differently. I want to own my life. I don't want to give up my life. They say, I want saving from eternal hell, and I want to live in heaven forever and ever. I like that Jesus, but I don't like the Jesus that tells me I need to sell everything I have and follow him. Like, that's the point of what the rich young man is missing right here. And that's what we miss. That's what I miss oftentimes. Like, how many times do I miss? And maybe it's not riches, but maybe it's my time. Maybe it's my treasures. Maybe it's my love of sports. Maybe I'm watching sports so often that, man, I'm missing an opportunity to go and tell somebody about Jesus. Maybe I'm in the cashier line and I'm talking to somebody. They are like, what do you do for work? I go, I work for a church. And I miss an opportunity just to say, hey, I work for a church. And like, the whole point of church is this, that Jesus died on the cross for sins, and see what they think about that. And so this man, the rich young man, could have been a disciple of Jesus, someone that we name our children after. Like, think of all the people that we know named Peter, all the people that we know named Mark, Luke, John, like all these people named after some of the disciples. But the love of money, the love of stuff, love of status left this rich young man to be a person that we don't even know his name. So it's kind of a big thing here. The love of riches, the love of self, oftentimes will leave us to be forgotten, which is the point anyways. Like, we're going to be forgotten one way or another. It's whose name do we proclaim at the end of our days? So it's Jesus, is what I'm saying.
Our number one sponsor of the week, Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
Jesus.
So, number two sponsors of the week, Jake Trust and Art, who was in Orange Beach, Alabama recently, going on a vacation because why not when you're that filthy rich? Jake's Body Shop, who's just
we just talked about riches.
Sorry. That was unintentional.
That's crazy.
Jake's Body Shop, who's always getting shredded, and then Reverend Banks, soon to become Reverend. What's her last name?
Harvey.
Soon to become Reverend Harvey. So they are moving to Oregon. So
her name's gonna be Mrs. Reverend Banks.
No, but they're moving to Oregon. So you never know. He might take her last name.
His name's gonna be Reverend.
Yeah,
Harvey.
you never know. It was part of the deal. Like, yes,
That's
we
true.
have to move to Oregon, but you take my last name.
That's true.
Yeah,
it's a package deal.
Yep. The number three sponsor of the week is
Sadie Robinson.
Yes, and Duck Dynasty, because Duck Dynasty is coming back. Back in the day, I used to love that TV show on A&E. I would watch it every single release night, or I tried to. It was a great show. I loved it so much. I had a Duck Dynasty t-shirt. I went to a Live Original tour, which was basically Sadie Robertson's tour for mainly girls and a few guys in the mix.
Ooh. Spicy.
Yeah, I love that show so much. A lot of the kids went to Kanakuk, and I was not any of their counselors, but I was in vicinity of them, I guess. Had some combos here and there. But solid family, solid show. I'm sure the new show will also be good, so go watch it.
Go watch it, people.
Quack, quack, quack.
Unless you don't want to.
Yep.
Then watch the Until Next podcast again.
Yes, just keep listening to us over and over and over and over and over again.
Samuel will send you the recording that we have.
Listen this much, I'm sure you're like, I wish I could watch them more like the olden days. So if you want to reach out and make clips for us, you can.
TikTok was saved.
TikTok's back. So follow us on TikTok again and Instagram again. Leave us voice memos on Instagram, and we will play them on the podcast. Yes. Also, keep telling your friends if you enjoy the podcast. Leave us 5 stars, voice memos.
Keenan, get Alex to listen.
Yeah, do that. But most importantly, buy 2 Friday pickleball paddles for $5 off with the code Samuel14434. So it's basically 2 paddles for like $94-ish before taxes and shipping. But
no more taxes.
You can help me out, and you can help your game out if you buy those pickleball paddles. And if you want to help Dane out as well, so he can keep going off in his ministry and keep getting those great 6-month reviews that say he's a vital part of the team.
I'm something.
Sponsor him. And go to the link in the bio and give some money to the ministry that he is a part of. And also, if you do that, please send him an Instagram message or the Until Next Week podcast Instagram a message so they can track that funding properly.
For sure.
And I don't know really what else to say except Shepherd Thomas Reed, you will be a sponsor of the week next week. Probably, if I remember.
The Bears' old head coach, Matt Eberflus, is going to be the Cowboys' defensive coordinator.
And this has been episode 109 of the Until Next Week podcast.
I'm sad and happy. Shepherd.